In this video, we are going to determine the range of this function y is equal to 2 to the power of 2 sine x plus 3. But before you watch the video, you can pause it and try it yourself. So how do you determine this range? The idea is to know the range of trig functions. For example, if we can consider the trig function of sine x as the range that is -1 to +1. That is the range of this trig ratio. So that means the maximum value of this ratio is 1 and the minimum value is x. Even graphically, it can be shown that sine it tends from -1 and 1, just like that. So which means this is the maximum point, this is the minimum point. So the values of y here is 1 and here is just -1. So that is why we are having the range of sine x, which is ranging between -1 and 1, just like that one. So what happens when there is something like that? Now when we are having 2 sine x, what affects the whole thing now when this trig ratio is multiplied by the coefficient 2, which means this coefficient is going to multiply every term in this inequality. So here we're going to multiply this by 2 to get -2, and here we are going to multiply this by 2 to get just 2. So when we are multiplying this trig ratio by 2 to get this one, which means all these y values will be affected. So we are having this new range. So the range of this first equation is y is an element from -1 to 1, and this one is y is an element from -2 to 2. So what happens now when there is something added now to this trig ratio? So let's say we are having +3. So what is going to be on either side of this expression? We are going to add these 3 in all these terms. So we're having -2 plus 3 here, then we're having 2 plus 3 here. We are just adding 3 since we added 3 here to get this 2 sine x plus 3. So the simplified one now is going to be what? It's going to be 3 plus 2 is just 5, then -2 plus 3 will be just 1. So this is the range of this one. Now this is just the range of this one, which means this equation or this function can range between 1 and 5. So this one is the minimum value and this 5 is the maximum value. So let's remember what we were to calculate. We are trying to determine the range of this one now. So remember now, what are we having? We have 2 to the power of 2 sine x plus 3. So what is it going to be ranging on? Remember, the minimum value that you can put here is just 1. Remember, this is 1. So this one, if you want to find the minimum value of this whole function, we can just put 1 right in the exponent. So which means this one, if we put 1 there, we know we are just going to get 2, because 2 to the power of 1 is just 2. Then when we put the maximum value in the exponent as well, which means if we are putting the maximum value 5 there, we are really going to get 32, because 2 to the power of 5 is 32. So this is actually going to be the range of this function that we asked there. So it's ranging between 2 and 32. Hence this one, the range of this one is y is an element from just 1 to 5. So this is what we have. So we use this one to find the range of this whole function now, because the function is 2 to the power of the range of this one. So we are having this function, which means this function, the minimum value of this function is 2, because this one, the minimum value of this function is 1. So you can't put any number which is less than 1, because it really doesn't appear less than 1 value. So hence you can see that here you are having negative, you just have 1 as the minimum value of this exponent that is found over there. So you can only put 1 if you're putting a minimum value there to find the minimum value of the whole function, which is just going to be 2 to the power of 1, which is just 2. Then over there you have 2 to the power of the maximum value, this is 5. So that is why we have simplified it to get just 32. So this is the what the range of this function. It can also be presented as y, which is less or equal to 32, or greater or equal to just 2. So one can decide to put it this way, which is just the very same thing. So thank you for watching. See you right in the next video.